Boys and girls, Mr. Palace here. Got a great I Can Read book. It's called Goose and Duck. And many of our friends are trained to really good readers. Some may even say fluent readers. And this is a perfect story for you. Goose and Duck. I found an egg by the lake. It cracked open in the grass. A little goose wiggled out of the shell. He stared at me. I stared at him, and I became his mother. That's how it is with birds. I took him home and fed him. Whatever I did, Goose did. When I sat down, Goose sat down. When I ate at the table, Goose ate at the table. When I hopped, Goose hopped. When I went to bed, Goose went to bed. Then I found a duck egg. A duckling hatched and saw Goose. Goose stared at the duckling, and Goose became his mother. Whatever I did, Goose did. Whatever Goose did, Duck did. When I sat down, Goose sat down, Duck sat down too. When I ate at the table, Goose ate at the table, and Duck ate at the table too. When I stood on my hands, Goose went upside down, and Duck went upside down too. When I went to bed, Goose went to bed, and Duck went to bed too. One night there was a full moon. Duke and Gus woke up. Quack. Duck called for his mother. Honk. Goose called for his mother. But I was asleep in my bed. Quack, quack. Honk, honk. Quack, quack. Honk, honk. Goose and Duck called louder. They walked onto the sidewalk. Honk, said Goose. Honk, honk, honk. Quack, 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 said Duck. A policeman drove down our street. He heard the noise. The moon went behind a cloud. It was very dark. Goose thought the policeman was me. Goose flew into the police car and sat beside his mother. Duck flew into the police car and sat beside his mother. The policeman closed the door and drove to the police station. Hotel. The next morning, my neighbor said, Goose and Duck were arrested. I got on my bike and rode to the police station. The policeman was washing his car. Goose was flapping his wings. He was having a good time in the water. Duck was flapping his wings and having a good time too. Hello, I said to the policeman. I have come to get my Goose and Duck. Your Goose and Duck? Said the policeman. They sit down when I sit down, I said. They sit down when I sit down too, said the policeman. I went into the police station to see the captain. Goose went into the police station. Duck went into the police station too. Hello? Hello, said to the captain. May I have my goose and duck back? Quack. Quack, quack, quack. Quack. Honk. Quack, quack, quack. Honk. Goose flew to the captain's desk. Duck flew to the captain's desk too. Paper swirled and spun in the air. You have to. You can have them, shouted the captain. Just take them away. Quack, quack, quack. Honk. I walked out of the police station. Goose walked out of the police station. Duck walked out of the police station. Goodbye, the policeman said, waving to Duck and Goose. When the leaves fell from the trees, Goose stared up into the sky. Geese were honking and flying south for the winter. Honk, honk. Oh no, I think I know what's going to happen. Suddenly Goose knew who he was. He flapped his wings and joined the geese. The next day, Duck stared up into the sky. Ducks were quacking and flying south. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack. Suddenly, Duck knew who he was too. He flapped his wings and joined the ducks. And I know who I am. I am a boy who was mother to a goose, who was mother to a duck. Then Goose and Duck grew up and flew away. This is how it is with birds. Wow. I like that story. A little sad that, he, raised the goose and the duck and they eventually flew away. But I think it was their calling and it was the right thing to do. I'm going to transition from this book into more of a sillier book. Light up the mood a little bit. And it's called Animals Should Definitely Not Wear Clothing. And look at that porcupine. He was like tearing apart that sweater. Here's a silly one. Animals should definitely not wear clothing. Animals should definitely not wear clothing. Look at this. Because it would be disastrous for a porcupine. Look at this one. Because a camel might wear it in the wrong places. Because a snake would lose it. Because a mouse could get lost in it. Is there a mouse there? Oh, it's underneath that. I was looking at the butterflies. Because a sheep might find it terribly hot. It's already got its own coat. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Because it could be very messy for a pig. Because it might make life hard for a hen. Because a kangaroo would find it quite unnecessary. He's already got his own coat pockets. Look at this one. Because a giraffe might look sort of silly. Because a billy goat would eat it for lunch. Because it would always be wet on a walrus. Because a moose could never manage. Because possums might wear it upside down by mistake. And most of all, because it might be very embarrassing to wear the same dress. Oh, I hope you enjoyed it. Animals should definitely not wear clothing. Awesome. Got a real quick read for you here. It's called Too Many Pairs. The illustrations are what drove me to this book. Just looking at this cow and his eyes, it seems like a very exciting story. Pamela liked pears. Pamela liked fresh pears. She liked pears even more than Amy did. Pamela liked pears for lunch. Pamela liked pears on picnics. Pamela likes stewed pears with ice cream too. Pamela liked pear pie and whipped cream. Pamela liked picking pears. So did Amy and Grandma. We have to save our pears, cried Amy. Pears are my favorite. Amy picked lots of pears, but Pamela picked more. It's a wombat. They're only found in Australia. Grandpa built a fence around the pear tree, but Pamela crawled through a wombat hole under the fence. Grandma tied Pamela up, but Pamela took the tree pear picking too. We'll never get any pears, everyone moaned. I know what to do, declared Amy. What's she gonna do? Amy set the table for Pamela. There were brown pears and green pears. There were yellow pears and red pears. There were pears and chocolate sauce. There were baked pears and pear cream cake and a dish of pears as high as the roof. Pamela smiled. Pamela ate one pear. Then she ate another pear and another. And another, and another, and another, and another. Uh-oh. Looks like upset stomach to me. Pamela ate 600 pears, and then she stopped. Pamela wasn't smiling anymore. And all that face. The next day, Grandpa opened the gate for Pamela. Look at all those lovely pears, Pamela, Grandpa said. Pamela wasn't interested. Pamela was gazing at the apples. Love it. What a great story. Too many pears. I hope you enjoyed it too. See you soon.